October 2016. Nearly 7 inches of rain causes extensive flash flooding through areas of Lycoming County, including Trout Run, which is just 15 minutes north of Williamsport. Venturing out late at night in their SUV to escape the rising water, Tom Karmazin, his wife Joan, and family friends soon found themselves facing a life-or-death situation.
I start running over these rocks, and I look behind me in the rear camera, and I thought, well, I can't turn around. This is getting bad. And at that time, the water was just rushing at us over the road, and I didn't realize at that time that the road had been just about washed out. So what I did is I tried to get out. And just like that, that secondary stream pulled me underneath the car, almost like somebody was underneath the car grabbing you. Next thing I remember is my head banging against a solid object. What it was, I don't know. The only thing I was thinking of, the first thing I thought of when I actually woke up, I guess, or regained consciousness, was, what am I doing here? What is this, I was totally blank.
Tom had been swept away into the icy waters of Slack's Run Stream. Miraculously, he grabbed hold of a tree root, and he waited, and waited, and waited.
I just held the tree and started yelling out, I'm okay, because there were some flashlights, at least one, it might have been Joan, my wife, on the shore, flashing it around.
That's when Tom's neighbors noticed the lights and jumped into action.
From my house, looking down towards the creek, was a big flashlight, and we thought that it was the 911 people, and it was Tom's wife, Joan, and she had gotten out of the van and was on the bank shining the light over there. We saw the light hit the van then, and immediately knew that there was something wrong. Went down and saw the van was washed across there.
Vehicle came down, I could see lights flashing around, and I was still yelling, but it was so loud I doubted that they could hear me. Of course they couldn't. So they left. I thought, oh shoot.
There was so much noise, and we were close to him, we couldn't pinpoint where the noise was coming from. We could hear him, but we're looking everywhere but in the right place.
Yeah.
Finally we see him, but all John had was the big rope, and we're talking a hay rope, like 1.5 inches of it. It was just too heavy and clumsy to throw. He said, I need a smaller rope. So, well, he says, I'll go for a smaller rope. Behind us is also washing out. I had to check it every time with a shovel. He jumped in this truck. I go to check this crossing it where the water was the lowest for him to get his truck across, and then I waited for him to come back with a light. Again, poor Tom's stuck there. He thinks we left him again. Now this is like the third time that we're right there within 30 feet of him.
I must have thrown that rope 100 times, and every time I would look down to ball that rope up and look back at him, I was praying every time that he would still be there when I would throw that rope. I was so scared his white hair and his white face was going to disappear from our sight.
Finally, Tom is able to grab the rope, and John and Steve pull him to safety.
When he hit that current, he was completely underwater and gone. Swung down to the rope, swung down to the edge of the pavement, and that's where it come off, and Steve was already down there to intercept him, got a hold of him, and when he rolled him out onto the amosite, I saw Steve clearing his airway to give him mouth to mouth, and I thought sure that he was a goner then.
He's in there like 1.5 hours at this point till we got him out. So fortunately, we got him out of there, and I told John we have got to get him warm immediately. But what amazed me afterwards is he didn't say, my leg hurts and I'm cold. He said, I'm suffering from hypothermia and I have a broken leg. He diagnosed himself right to the T.
We went from a house full of solid people and nobody wanted to say anything, and we're just, upset because didn't know what to say to Joan. We went from that to having him up there on the couch and kind of making a few jokes about it. I remember him looking up and saying, I think I'm going to be all right now.
It was a night of miracles to be able to get him out of there and give him back to his wife. I mean, it just...
God was there that night and helped us all. And when somebody says that we're heroes, Tom's a hero.
Oh, I don't know. It wasn't for you guys.
It's amazing that he was able to survive it.
No. You, I mean, the human will that you have to live and hang on the way that you did, it was amazing.
Well, I just felt that way about you guys.